Hello, everybody. It is Sunday night. The Academy Awards are going to begin in about 1 hour. My name is Jim. This is More Sunshine, Please, and this is a live stream. I wanted to go on really quick to just talk about who I think is going to win the Academy Awards. Now, this afternoon, I saw that Rob Fuzz was on, Adam. I couldn't watch it very well. I just popped in to say hi on the chat. I know they were talking about the Academy Awards, and I thought, well, you know, I used to be pretty good at this. I used to be able to have a high rate of success by picking the Oscar winners. Bill Musselman, hello. Thank you for joining me. I'm just popping on really quick to tell you who I think is going to win the Academy Awards. So what I did was I called it up on the screen behind me. I made a list, and I'm just going to go over it really quick. I'm interested in watching the show, so let's just go over these. And I'll tell you who I think is going to win and maybe why. Now, a couple of things. One is I used to watch a lot more movies than I do now, so I haven't seen nearly as many movies that are nominated this year that I have seen in the past. So, again, I just want to go on and put this on the record, who I think is going to win. And then on a Tuesday, when I usually do a live stream, I'll talk about it some more. Also, you may hear a strange noise in the background. It is Sunday night, 7:02 currently. It is dark here in Florida, and my neighbor is pressure washing their driveway. So that just happened. So we're going to deal with it. So if you can hear it, that's what's going on. Sherry Coos, thank you very much for joining me. All right, let's begin. Actor, and I'm just going to do these in order. I would probably do them in a different order if I made the list and took the time to sort them. But this is the list that was on Oscars.com. Oscars.go.com. I guess it's an ABC thing. So here we go. So actor in a supporting role. I hope you can see that. We've got actor in a supporting role. Now, these are in a different order. Hang on. There we go. There we go. This is the first one on this list, so I'm going to put it on there. Okay. Here we go. All right, actor in a leading role. This is matching up. We got Christian Bale from the movie Vice, Bradley Cooper, A Star is Born. I'm just going to say the names. Willem Dafoe, Rami Malek, and Viggo Mortensen. And you can see what movies they're in behind me. Now, I'll be honest. Of these movies, I've only seen one. I've seen Bohemian Rhapsody. I just saw that last night. I just saw that last night for the first time. Rami Malek was fantastic. Also, Rami Malek is winning all of the awards, all of the Best Actor awards, and all of the award shows going on this time of year. So I'm picking Rami Malek to win Best Actor. I'm sure the others are great. Doesn't matter. Here we go. Next. Can I do this? Yeah. Actor in a supporting role. Mahershala Ali, Adam Driver, Sam Elliott, Richard E. Grant, and Sam Rockwell. Again, haven't seen Green Book. I did see Black Klansman, and I loved it. Although I don't think Adam Driver is going to win this. It wasn't a standout performance. He was great, but he was okay. Richard E. Grant. I also saw Can You Ever Forgive Me? I saw that movie, and he was very good too. But again, there's no buzz around him. I think this is the award that Sam Elliott is going to win. I think there's a lot of love for him. He's been around forever. I don't know if he's ever been nominated for an Academy Award before, but again, I haven't seen the movie. I'm just guessing based on other things I know that Sam Elliott may be the choice for this one this year. Soulful Music 100. Thank you for joining us. I'm just going over my Oscar picks, and then on Tuesday we'll see how I did. All right, we're moving on. So Sam Elliott for that one. Next, we have actress in a leading role. All right, I can't see it on the screen, so I'll read the printout. Yalitza Aparicio from Roma. We have Glenn Close, Olivia Colman, Lady Gaga, and Melissa McCarthy. I've seen Melissa McCarthy. She was very good. I saw Roma. That actress, that's a great story, but I don't think she's going to win. I guess it's between Glenn Close and Olivia Colman. They're the two favorites. I've seen Olivia Colman win more awards this award season, so I'm going to go with Olivia Colman for the favorite. The favorite is up for a lot of awards. Hey, Disney Nerd Herders, thanks for joining me. I'm just going over my Oscar picks. Olivia Colman and the other two actresses in that movie are up for Best Actress and Best Supporting Actress awards. I think those other two actresses in this movie are against each other. I think they may cancel each other out. We'll get to that in a moment. But I think they're going to want to reward the acting in this movie. So the Academy is going to go with Olivia Colman here. All right. So that's who I'm picking. So let's talk about the other ones. Actress in a supporting role, we've got Amy Adams in Vice. Marina de Tavira, from Roma. Regina King, Emma Stone, and Rachel Weisz. I think Emma Stone and Rachel Weisz are going to cancel each other out, as I said. Amy Adams, Vice has a lot of nominations. I don't know if it's going to win any of them. Roma, again, it's not about the acting in that movie. I think it's going to win some awards, and we'll get to that. But I think Regina King is the favorite. No pun intended. But I think Regina King is going to win Actress in a Supporting Role. Okay, moving on to Animated Feature Film. Again, I've only seen one of these. I saw Incredibles 2, and I loved it. Isle of Dogs is the stop-motion film from Wes Anderson. I've seen his other one, Fantastic Mr. Fox, and that's a great movie. I would imagine this is similar. I believe the next movie is called Mirai, although I'm not sure. Ralph Breaks the Internet and Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Again, I've only seen Incredibles 2. I think the buzz is with Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, so that's going to be my pick. Although I think they're going to reward Pixar in another category coming up, and we'll talk about that. So that's it. Again, I am just documenting. I want to get it out there who I think is going to win the Academy Awards, and then when I go on my live stream on Tuesday, we'll talk about it, see how well I did compared with other people. So next, cinematography. The movie Cold War, The Favorite, Never Look Away, Roma, and A Star is Born. Of these movies, I've only seen Roma. And I got to tell you, Roma wasn't my favorite movie. It was very interesting to watch. The best thing about the movie is its cinematography. I think Roma is going to go and win cinematography, best cinematography. I don't know who the cinematographers are. It's not listed here, and not that I know who all of the cinematographers in Hollywood are. But I think this one is for Roma. If you saw the movie, you know what I'm talking about. There's a lot of long camera shots that do not cut away in this movie. A lot of them, the camera just pans to the right and or left, never cutting away. The way things are placed in the scene, it was very impressive. I think that's Roma. All right, moving on. Not spending too much time on any of these. Okay, costume design. We've got The Ballad of Buster Scruggs. That is a Coen Brothers movie. I saw that, I think, where did I see that? Netflix, I think. That was interesting. It had maybe 4 or 5 different cowboy stories in it. The first one was the best. So if you are interested at all in The Ballad of Buster Scruggs, if you're interested in the Coen Brothers, the best vignette that was a part of this was the first one. It was funny, and it has the song in it, I believe, that's nominated for the original song. We'll get to that later. Costume design, we have that one. Black Panther, The Favorite, Mary Poppins Returns, and Mary Queen of Scots. I'm going to say Mary Queen of Scots, only because it's not going to win anything else. If it's going to win anything, it's either costume design or set design, production design, that is. So I think, with those royal gowns that they've created for this movie, I think if it's going to win anything, it'll be costume design. So that's my pick. Now, I would save this for a bit later, but I'm bound by the list that Oscars.com gave me. So let's get right into directing. The nominees are BlacKkKlansman, that's Spike Lee. Cold War, I don't know. The Favorite, I don't know. Roma, forgot his name. And Vice, can't think of it right now. Anyway, I saw BlacKkKlansman, and I was very impressed with the direction there. Spike Lee is one of the greats, and I don't think he's going to win this year. He may win something, but it's not going to be Best Director, which is a shame, because that was a great movie, and he directed his butt off. That's why his pants don't fit. That was a bad joke. You know what I'm talking about. I think Roma. I think this is goes hand in hand with the cinematography, really. It took a great director with great direction to make that happen. Bob and Ashley, welcome. And I think so. Roma for best cinematography and directing. Okay, now I've got to go back up to the top here. I'm just going to go down the rows. Okay, here we go. There it is. We did that, so I'm going to go over. Hey, this is working. Oop. Okay. All right, documentary feature. I haven't seen any of these. Frankly, I haven't heard of most of these. The nominees are Free Solo, Hale County This Evening, Minding the Gap, Of Fathers and Sons, and RBG, the movie about Ruth Bader Ginsburg. That's the only one I've heard of, so I got to pick it. Next, I don't have much more to say about that. Documentary short subject. The nominees, haven't heard of any of these: Black Sheep, Endgame, Lifeboat, A Night at the Garden, period, end of sentence. I always picked, because I don't see many of the documentaries ever, but it seems to me that if there's one about World War II, it's going to win. Just generally. I know that maybe that hasn't always happened, but more often than not, it seems like the World War II documentary wins. Now, of these movies, I have no idea what any of them are about. However, and hear me out, at one time Alfred Hitchcock directed a movie called Lifeboat. It took place during World War II. So my pick for best documentary short subject is the movie Lifeboat. Again, have no idea what it's really about. So we're going to move on. I had to pick it somehow, some way. I had to pick one of them. So, all right, film editing. This is one of the categories that the Academy wanted to cut from the broadcast. They wanted to shorten the broadcast. And there was such an outcry saying, how can you cut film editing from the broadcast? They also wanted to cut out the presentation of best cinematography, and there was one other one. And there was such an outcry from the Hollywood community saying, this is what we do. This is cinema. Film editing, cinematography, we haven't borrowed anything from any other art form. This is cinema down to its core. So the Academy relented. It will be presented on the telecast tonight. Florida Fanatics, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Okay, so film editing. We've got BlacKkKlansman, Bohemian Rhapsody, The Favorite, Green Book, and Vice. I've only seen BlacKkKlansman and Bohemian Rhapsody. I think the Academy, there's a lot of members that will love Bohemian Rhapsody. They're going to honor Rami Malek. And I think also the editing in that film was pretty good. So this may not win, but I think I think this is going to win. I think Bohemian Rhapsody will win Best Film Editing. I don't know if that made much sense. Again, I just had the idea to go live with my picks about a half hour ago, but I wanted to do it before the award show. So, Uber Wisdom Videos, welcome. How you doing, Jason? All right, where are we now? Let's go to foreign language film. This should be a no-brainer. We've got, where are we? A movie called Capernaum, maybe that's what it's called. Cold War, Never Look Away, Roma, Shoplifters. Those are the nominees. Now, Roma is the only one of those foreign language films to also be nominated for Best Picture. How can it not win Best Foreign Language Film? How can it be beaten by one of these other movies that is not part of the Best Overall Picture nominee list? So, of course, Roma is going to win that. Next, makeup and hairstyling. The nominees are Border, Mary Queen of Scots, and Vice. As far as I can tell, Vice, the reason this is nominated is because they made Christian Bale look like Dick Cheney. Border, I understand, is about trolls, so they made people look like trolls. But Mary Queen of Scots is a period piece that takes place in a time with great gowns and makeup. I'm going to say it's going to win costume design and best makeup and hairstyling. I don't really have much more to say about that. All right, original score. So here's a music category. We've got Black Panther, Black Klansman, If Beale Street Could Talk, Isle of Dogs, and Mary Poppins Returns. There are some categories where some movies, though people may love these movies, Academy members may love these movies, and they're nominated for many awards. Maybe they're just not quite worthy of a lot of awards. I think Mary Poppins Returns is going to win this because it's not going to win anything else, and they want to honor it somehow. So I'm going to say Mary Poppins Returns is going to win Best Original Score. Let's see. Looking at the chat. Disney Nerder is not watching the award show. I'll watch them for you. I'm not going to watch them this year like I would watch them in the past, but I'll be in and out. I don't know what kind of award show it's going to be this year. They don't have a host. The musical performances, the song from Black Panther won't even be performed tonight. Not because they didn't want it, but because of a scheduling conflict between those artists and the show. But I understand Brian May and Roger Taylor from Queen will be performing a Queen song or medley. I'm not sure tonight instead, I guess. Although it's not up for Best Original Song. There were no original songs in that movie. Anyway, where was I? Okay. So that was Mary Poppins Returns I have for Best Original Score. Now, Original Song. Here we go. All the Stars from Black Panther. That's the one that you will not see on the award show tonight. It's hard to read that screen. I got to pick up the paper. I'll Fight was in RBG. I don't know that one. The Place Where Lost Things Go from Mary Poppins Returns. That's the movie that everybody watches and likes but says, I can't remember any of the songs, so it's probably not going to win. Shallow from A Star Is Born, and When a Cowboy Trades His Spurs for Wings, the Ballad of Buster Scruggs. This is the award that A Star Is Born will definitely win. I think also Sam Elliott will win, but Shallow is the only song most people know. So that's going to be that. The next, I'm going to save Best Picture for last. So let's go back up to the top. Oop, too far. Not that far top. And then I'm going to go to production design. Okay, we have Black Panther, The Favorite, First Man, Mary Poppins Returns, and Roma. This may be the one Black Panther wins. I know I'm partial to it. Just they created an entire world that doesn't exist unlike The Favorite, that world did exist. They have something to base their designs on. Black Panther, this is, I guess there was a comic book, but Wakanda didn't look like the comic book, I don't think, in the movie. So, First Man, again, that's a period piece. They had things to essentially copy, styles and design from the 1960s. Mary Poppins Returns, I think, again, I didn't see it, but I would imagine they wanted to recreate the look of the original Mary Poppins. And Roma, I think Roma's going to win other things. They may want to reward Black Panther in some way, and this is how they're going to do it. So production design for me, I'm going to go with Black Panther. So, all right, next. Animated short film. We've got, again, I think I've only seen one of these. Animal Behavior, Bao, which is a Pixar film, and that was shown before Incredibles 2. I did see that. Late Afternoon, One Small Step, and Weekends. I don't know what any of those other ones are. They may also all be Pixar shorts. I don't really know. But I do know Bao is, and it was cute and interesting and funny. So I'm going to say Pixar is not going to win Best Animated Feature, but they will win Animated Short Film. So I'm going to go there. All right. Live action short film. I don't know any of these. The names of them are Detainment, Fauve. Sorry, I don't know what that is. Marguerite, Mother, and Skin. I just picked the first one on the list, Detainment. All right, moving on. Sound editing. We've got Black Panther, Bohemian Rhapsody, First Man, A Quiet Place, and Roma. Roma's strength is more in its visuals. A Quiet Place, I didn't see it, but I understand its lack of sound was its strength, which, is all about sound editing and how they piece together what you did here. So maybe A Quiet Place. First Man, I didn't see it. Black Panther, again, its strength is not in its audio. But Bohemian Rhapsody, its strength kind of is. And that's a favorite, I think, among Academy of voters. So it'll either be A Quiet Place or Bohemian Rhapsody, and I'm kind of leaning toward Bohemian Rhapsody. But I wouldn't be surprised if A Quiet Place won this. So Bohemian Rhapsody for sound editing. So let's go to sound mixing and how they blended all those sounds that they gathered together. We've got Black Panther, Bohemian Rhapsody, First Man, Roma, and A Star Is Born. So they've replaced, it looks like they replaced A Quiet Place with A Star Is Born, because you can't mix sounds that aren't there, I guess. So, again, not all the time, but quite often, sound editing and sound mixing, those awards are given to the same movie. Not all the time, but I think they will this year. Bohemian Rhapsody, I think, is going to win Best Sound Mixing. Okay, again, if you can hear a strange noise in the background, it's nearly 7:30. It's dark out here, and my neighbor is pressure washing their driveway. Had all day to do it. Okay, doesn't matter. Kenny, welcome. Alpha Traveler 1, thank you for joining me. Just decided to pop in again to tell you who I think is going to win the Academy Awards, and then when I go on live on Tuesday, I'll discuss how well or how poorly I did. So, all right, visual effects. The nominees are Avengers: Infinity War, Christopher Robin, First Man, Ready Player One, and Solo: A Star Wars Story. I'm going to go Avengers: Infinity War because it was amazing. It was an amazing movie. At one time, the Academy was going to have a new award this year. I don't think they're doing it anymore, but it was basically to award popular movies. And a movie like Avengers Infinity War certainly would have been nominated in that. And I forget even what they called that award. Like fan favorite or something like that. But I think they decided against it. They're not going to be doing that. But I think the Academy will award Avengers Infinity War with Best Visual Effects. And it's hard to argue, although I didn't see Ready Player One. I did see Solo. Christopher Robin, a lot of talking stuffed animals, or that's what it looked like. Again, I didn't see it. Sorry, I don't really have room to talk there. But Avengers, for me, I think of what I've seen, that should win. All right, let's go to adapted screenplay. Before I tell you the nominees, the screenplay awards are another award where they honor movies that they don't think are going to win any other awards. So there may be a great movie out there, like, for example, Pulp Fiction. The poster's behind me. That year, Forrest Gump was winning everything, but they wanted to award Pulp Fiction with something because it was also nominated for a lot of awards that year. They gave it a screenplay Oscar that year. So I think the same thing's going to happen here. Let's see who's up for adapted screenplay. We've got The Ballad of Buster Scruggs. Again, that was a vignette of 4 or 5 different cowboy stories. Coen Brothers movie. Black Klansman. Can You Ever Forgive Me? If Beale Street Could Talk. And A Star Is Born. This is the one I think Black Klansman is going to win. I think Spike Lee is going to win his first Academy Award. I think they're going to give it to Black Klansman for adapted screenplay. And that'll be everything that Black Klansman wins this evening. And I think it's deserved. I've said this before, but Black Klansman was the best movie I saw last year. It was amazing, and it should win more, but I say that not having seen most of the other movies. But it was the best movie I saw last year. And so then we go to original screenplay. We've got The Favorite. I can't read that. First Reformed. I don't know that one. Green Book, Roma, and Vice. I think, again, I haven't seen it, but The Favorite is probably going to win this one. Roma's going to win direction and cinematography, and I think The Favorite is, I understand it's a wonderful movie. It's funny. Its script is probably more traditionally formed than, say, Roma, the other Favorite. I would imagine, no pun intended, by the way, The Favorite and The Favorite of who's going to win this award. I'll stop talking now. The Favorite, I think, is going to win Best Original Screenplay. So we've got one more, and that is Best Picture. It is 7:30, so the award show will start in a half an hour. We've got... Can I get them all on here? Let's see. Okay, Best Picture. The nominees are Black Panther, Black Klansman, Bohemian Rhapsody, The Favorite, Green Book, Roma, A Star Is Born, and Vice. Vice is the movie about Dick Cheney. It is directed by Adam McKay, who won an Academy Award a year ago, or maybe 2 years ago, directing The Big Short. No, he won for writing on that one. Again, they awarded that movie with a screenplay award. A Star Is Born, that's going to win for something else. It's just not a favorite. It's just not, I don't think, strong enough. Again, I haven't seen it. I'm just... Based on other things, I think that it's just not going to win. I think Green Book, though it won an award for in the Golden Globes for Best Picture, I've heard a lot of other things about Green Book, that leads me to believe, and nothing specific. That was a really general statement. It just leads me to believe it's not going to win this. The favorite is a favorite, of course. Bohemian Rhapsody, I've heard some buzz about. Black Klansman, although I think it should win this, it won't. And nor do I think Black Panther will win. Though I wouldn't be surprised. It's just not... I think they wanted to reward Black Panther with a nomination, and they did that. I think this is between Roma and The Favorite, and I think The Favorite will probably be awarded the Oscar for Best Picture. So I have my list here of everything I think is going to win. I just wanted to get that out there, document it. So on Tuesday when I talk about the Academy Awards, we'll see how well I did. See if I'm still as good at this, as picking the winners, as I used to be. Again, I don't see nearly as many movies as I used to. But I want to thank you for joining me, or if you're watching the replay, you're probably watching it after the award show. So, thank you very much, Bob and Ashley, Disney Nerd Herders, Alpha Traveler 1. We've got Ekdev, whoever that is, Syracuse, Uper Wisdom Videos, and Florida Fanatics, and everybody else who tuned in, Soulful Music, Bill Musselman. Thank you, everybody, for joining me on this spur-of-the-moment live stream. We'll see how things go. If you're going to watch the show, I hope it's good. I'll see you on Tuesday for my live stream at 7:30 on Tuesday night. We'll talk about this and some other stuff. So thank you very much, everybody. Have a good night, and drive safe. I don't really know how to wrap these up well. Bye, everybody.